Hey. This is Lisa A., and you're listening to Who's That Star on LCC Connect at Lansing Community College. Who's That Star is a behind-the-scenes show where I sit down and talk with the employees at the college. This is an inside look at LCC where you will have a chance to learn about their passions, projects, what inspires them both at work and in their personal lives. I'm your host, Lisa Alexander. I'm so excited to get a chance to talk to all the people who make LCC great. This show is for you to get to know the people that work at Lansing Community College a little bit more and see what makes them tick. Are you ready? Okay, let's go see who's today's star. Hello, Who's That Star community. I hope you all are doing well. Today on Who's That Star, we have a truly dynamic individual. She has a way about her that is so calming, and I just love it. Today's star started her diversity and equity and inclusion journey at 5 when she began world tours due to her father's government role and mother's education service in her community. She saw where the world was very diverse, and from that tender age, she saw the many inequities. This continued into her adulthood through professional and mission work in the USA in about 53 countries. I didn't even know we had 53 countries, so I can't wait to talk about this. This star has served in a variety of roles and projects in all major sectors, including education, business, government, in all levels, federal, state, and local, church, and non-government organizations. These roles include president, vice president, dean, and faculty, also high school teacher with a focus on DEI, academics and accreditation, online learning, training and development, mediation and conflict resolution, and teaching business and leadership. Wow, what can't you do? She was outstanding in her academic pursuits, earning her Diploma of Excellence in European and Hispanic Studies. She also received the Blue Ribbon Award for being the most outstanding American graduate in Hispanic and European Studies, and received the Mayor's Award for service in Columbus, Ohio. Our star graduated from the Venezuelan Bilingual Institute with highest honors and received numerous awards for Best Orator. I know she is upset with me right now. Outstanding student and for loyalty and service, and I can definitely see that. She is a member of the National Dean Honor Society and the Sigma Delta Beta chapter for quality business professionals. She has been honored as an outstanding woman of technology for America. There's so much more that I could say about this star, but I think it's time for us to meet today's star. Drum roll, please. Today's star is
Dale Dan, Chief Diversity Officer at Lansing Community College.
Thank you, Dale, for coming on Who's That Star today.
Thank you for having me.
So are you ready to jump into the questions?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I want to know a little bit about you. A lot of times when I'm speaking with people, I kind of know a little bit more than what I do. So could you tell me a little bit about who you are right now and what's important in your life?
So as I said at the moment, I'm serving as Chief Diversity Officer at Lansing Community College. I have to say that is one of the most precious things in my life right now. I started in January 2024. Mm-hmm. And I see my work as a mission field. It's just been amazing. Being able to be in an environment where DIB is desired, not required, where I would have to say honestly, it's most all of the campuses around LCC are so engaged and desire to be a part of this journey. And through the Office of Empowerment, we're absolutely hoping that each and every person will feel special, as unique as they are, and our thumbprint proves how different we are, and to feel equipped and to feel really belong to the college as a part of the family. So this is really exciting for me. Originally, I'm from Guyana, South America, but lived in the United States for 35 years.
Oh, wow.
Have been in education that long, serving as vice president of academics and accreditation, and also building online universities for students in 53 countries, students who could not go to the campus. And then my third lane has been DIB. And so coming on to my final years in my career, I decided to choose DIB because I always felt it was the most rewarding, and how wonderful to do it at LCC.
I know we had talked a little bit about how you selected LCC. You know, we weren't your first choice, were we? I mean, hey, it's okay. Because tell the reason why, and people will understand.
Yeah, I think it's a little funny too. I think last year I was very busy in a project, but at the same time contemplating, how I wanted to wind down my career. Mm-hmm. And so a friend might say, hey, you're too busy to go look for a job. Why not let a headhunter do it? And so I spoke to a headhunter, and I literally on the line, I'm looking for an opportunity in a southern state that's very warm.
That's the funny part.
And they sent about 5 possibilities, and I did interview. And then suddenly one morning they say, oh, we know you wanted the southern state, but there's a small college in Lansing, Michigan that we think fits you like a glove. Would you be at least willing to speak with them? And so I did. And long story short, having done all the interviews, meeting the amazing leaders at Lansing Community College, and as I said, recognizing for this college is about desiring, DI not requiring it, really won my heart. And so, long story short, I started in January, in the middle of the snow, a few snowstorms hit. And then I realized, at the end of the day, I felt such purpose here that the weather became secondary. And honestly, the immediate love and support that I felt with Lansing Community College really was the warmth that I needed during the winter. It's been fantastic.
And I think that because you've warmed us, right? I mean, your attitude, how you want everyone to feel a part of this college experience.
Yes.
It's wonderful. I mean, you impact people in such a way that you make them feel welcome.
Well, thank you. I think it's reciprocal, both sides.
Yeah.
It's been a blessing.
And so we're glad to have you.
Thank you so much.
Like, what do you think your special contribution will be to LCC or thus far? You talk about wanting people to feel welcome, but what's a special sauce for Dr. Dan? What's your special sauce or your contribution?
Lisa, thank you for asking that. I don't want to oversimplify your question, but I will always answer that. I've been asked that so many times. For me, the secret sauce lies in a 4-letter word, and it's the word love. I believe that if we love each other, we're going to respect each other, we're going to support each other, we're going to be there for each other, we're going to value each other. Yeah. And so just like the 3 icons, we have 3 centers in the Office of Empowerment. We have the Cesar Chavez Multicultural Center, the Maya Angelou Training Center, and the Martin Luther King Equity Center. And all of those icons spoke so deeply about love. Love being that undergirding factor. I feel when that's the foundation, everything built on top of it is solid. And so my secret sauce is quite simple. Is let's love and see what comes out of that.
I love that. I think that's great. Well, we learned about what you do here for, your job. Like, what do you want to bring to the college, the things that is important to you. But what is life like for you outside of working at LCC?
When I'm not with LCC, I actually run an international mission in 26 countries called Joy at Work. I've been doing that for about 15 years. And again, very simply put, it's helping people to see that work is much more than 8 to 5 or 9 to 5. Work is about serving others. And it's really a part of our life's calling and a purpose. And so, again, it has been a lot of training and mentoring over the years, guiding and assisting people to come to that place where they really find what is their true passion. It's wonderful when you really know what you're born to do, what you're born to be, and that your work becomes something like a mission field where you're being paid to do something that you love.
So you felt like this is what you were born to do, the stuff that you're doing now? Like, was there a path that you, like, could you see it? Or was it, okay, I tried this and then you bumped into these different things and then you got to the passion?
I think it started at the age 2.5 for me. I started kindergarten, and at that age in my country, we were 20 students in the class. And for some reason, the teacher, when she went to market, had me be in charge of 20 students at 2.5. It was allowed to do that in our country, but going from there to, as you said, at the age of 5, touring with my parents. And then at the age of 10, I would literally feel as if I was carrying a globe on my heart. Literally, someone placed the globe. And that was when I just fell in love with people and wanted to just make a difference in the simplest of ways, helping people to find purpose. I believe, Lisa, that when we wake up in the mornings, most all of us want to feel loved and want to feel purpose. And so if I could spend the rest of my life helping people to find that, even one person, I think it's worth it.
Oh, I think it's worth it too. I just love how you say that.
Thank you.
What's the first thing you do after you get home from work?
So when I get home from work, for some reason, I would always have a shower just to relax a little bit. But that shower comes after doing some form of exercise. I love doing water aerobics. Used to do it 5 days a week, want to get back into that. But how I've been doing water aerobics for 12 years and actually was formally trained and then created my own 1-hour routine with kind of inspirational music I like. Okay. So when I'm in the pool, I'm doing my exercise physically, but mentally and in my spirit, I can just feel that calm as I listen to the music that I choose, So it's kind of my time of just relaxing and then take a shower. Some nights I do some teaching. I teach doctoral and master's degree students in the field of business. Spend time with family and friends and so on. But I wind down my night. What I love doing is recording inspirational music for persons, especially my desire is people who are blind and go to sleep in a dark world. So I'm at the piano very late at night doing that recording. And in recording and blessing those people, I find as if I'm rejuvenated and I'm relaxed, rejuvenated, and ready to rest and face a new day.
So, I'm sorry, I'm going off. I'm just thinking about your wide range of experience. Do you think that came like with your parents, like you traveled at such a young age and you were exposed to just a lot of different people and things? Or like, what made you just explore so many different areas? Like, what do you think brought that on? Like, just being a traveler as a young child and then just, because it seems like that would be kind of hard.
Lisa, honestly, from as a very, very young child and even into my adult life, the two things that come easiest for me, naturally for me, is just loving and praying. Everything else is an effort. Okay. So everything I've achieved in life is just amazing how it flowed or just came into being, none of which I actually chose. And I'll give one quick example. When I went to the Ohio State University to study, shortly after getting there, I learned all my scholarships had canceled. I'd wanted to study music and business. And so I had a choice of either returning to my country or finding some way of paying my fees. And so, the international office said to me, look, we don't have any business scholarships, but we have only one scholarship. It's a criminal justice. And so it was not at all what I wanted, but I did it, right? And while I was doing that, the court in Ohio had a need, a special project, and they sent to Ohio State University and said, do you have a group of students? So I led a group of volunteers there. From there on to Spain, I went to study to do legal translation and assisted that courthouse, worked with the chief judges. And that chief judge had me transferred to Florida with the chief judge after my father died. So one thing led to the other. And then I was offered by the judges, hey, would you be interested in going to law school and maybe being our first West Indian judge? And I said, no, it's not something I ever chose or liked. And they were sweet enough to ask me, what would you like? I said, I love education. My education started at the age of my orientation at 5. My mom ran the largest business college in our country, but for girls who were condemned in society. So I saw how transformational education could be, moving these young ladies from where they were to working women. And so I fell in love with education. And so, my boss said to me, why don't you pursue that? And that's how I went on to pursue continue my master's, doctorate, and so on, and then ended up in the field of education. So it's like just things came at just the right time. Not anything I really asked for, but everything fell into piece, like a puzzle. The pieces fell into place. And the undergirding thing for me, as I said to you, was loving and serving people in whatever capacity I was in. And I enjoyed all of it.
But the thing that I hear from that story is that you were open. Right.
Very much
you
so.
were open and available for the experiences that you could get based off of what you were trying to do and what you wanted to do. You were open to that. And then I think that is so cool because I think a lot of time we block things because we just have our mind so focused on one thing that we don't know that the blessing could be somewhere else, right?
Exactly.
And so I just think that's an amazing story, and I think that look how it's worked out, right? Like,
I think for me, being open, it is once it involved people and it gave me the opportunity to serve people and help them to be their best. I was ready. I didn't care what it was.
Yeah, but sometimes people don't look at things like that, right? Like they're like, oh, I can only do it in business and music. I can't help, you know what I'm saying? But you were open. And so I think that's super cool.
Thank you.
What was your first job? Like you got paid, your first paid job?
My first paid job, being a teacher, a young teacher at the age of 16. I really wanted to teach, but I wanted to teach at a school where kids were condemned or they were from divorced parents or they were under drugs, and my parents wouldn't have it. As I remember, there were people in society and they wanted me at the top schools. So there was a struggle back and forth, and then they eventually saw and felt my heart and allowed me to teach at one of what's considered the worst schools. And I did. And the one quick memory of that school is just feeling the heart and the hurt of those young people. And I remember it was coming on to Christmas and I wanted to do a Christmas concert. And people pretty much laughed at me. The administrators like, this is not the type of school for a Christmas concert. These kids don't have talent. And I said, give me a chance. So long story short, we realized they were singers. They knew how to play instruments and so on, bought instruments for them. And we put on a concert that raised enough money to fix the windows they broke.
No way.
And once they paid for the windows they broke, we saw a different attitude.
Ownership.
But that's a job I will never forget. I mean, I was very young and of course, kids would have tried to bully me and so.
That's what I was saying. You're 16 and you're probably
definitely
teaching your peers,
right?
right?
Yeah, some were 14 and even asked them to do their homework. They refused and would say to me, who are you to tell us to do your homework? But I think that was when my very first job is when I really believed that love is the answer, because those were broken kids. And when I started to just cover them with love and just let love be my strategy, I saw lives change, and it's just been amazing.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful. Okay, I wonder, do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
So that's an interesting question. Some people would think I'm an extrovert, but when I did, you're familiar with the Myers-Briggs personality test. They did it like 7 times on me, and I'm an extreme introvert.
Really?
So, and I think that it came from my orientation. I attended a convent school years ago with nuns, and a large part of our day was in meditation and prayer. And it taught me from a very young age how to go into myself and feel peace and calm. And so I actually enjoyed that. I can do it for months. But on the other hand, if I have to speak, I will do it, right? So again, it's service. If people need me to be quiet, I'll be quiet. If they need me to speak, I'll speak. It always comes back to loving people enough to serve them where they need me.
Oh, wow. I love that. Okay, so let me ask you this question, and it may not this is like a Michigan kind of question. So normally I'll ask people MSU or U of M, but I feel like I heard you say you went to Ohio State.
I went to the Ohio State University.
So then it doesn't, you're Ohio State.
Buckeyes, yes.
So it's not really, but if you had to choose, it wouldn't be U of M, would it? Because y'all don't like us. I mean, U of M. But that's funny. So yeah, I don't think of
someone from there.
Ohio State. Come on, I'm always pick Michigan or Michigan State, but you kind of throw a different.
But I've heard a lot of great things about Michigan State and other schools here. So,
how long did you stay at Ohio State? Like,
I was there probably for about 7 years. There were 63,000 students, almost the size of my country. So
right.
it was interesting.
Did you come from your country?
I came from Guyana
to Ohio.
I went through Florida, but
okay.
I studied at the Ohio State University, and then I went on to Jose Ortega University in Spain, and then to Florida to do my master's and doctorate.
Wow. That's amazing. Well, there's a lot more that I can ask you, but I'm curious. Your voice is like so great. Do you do any like mindfulness where you help people meditate? Do you do that? Like where you may talk about what people with breathing? Because I know you said you do it for yourself.
Yes.
Do you ever record for people like breathe in? Like I just feel like you got the best voice.
No, I have not done that. I think for me, it's, and we're going to be doing it here at LCC. It's so exciting through our reflection room projects, helping people through yoga and meditation and reflection. I think is what I've done, not what you shared, but more helping people to find that quiet inside of them. You know, the world is so noisy. And so it's so beautiful to be able to come away from all those noises, go inside of you where you feel that calm. And when you feel that calm inside of you, you realize that nothing out there can affect that. And I think it's the art of externalizing, not internalizing things is so important. I think it's Harvard University that says increasingly we're seeing that one of the main reasons for illnesses is stress. And so I would love to spend time here at LCC and elsewhere helping people not only how to de-stress, but how to avoid getting to that place of stress. And for me, it has been the beauty of finding quiet within.
Oh, man, I love that. I could talk to you all day. I want to thank you for coming on Who's That Star today. I want you to leave us with some great parting words before we end today.
The best parting words I can leave, Lisa, is that I'm doing this today because of you.
Oh.
Having met you and feeling your heart as well, I knew that whatever you do, such as a podcast, will be phenomenal. I want it to be a small piece of it. And my general message to everyone is whatever you do, remember to love.
Oh, there's nothing else
Thank
I can
you.
say. I'm going to close it with the great and the wonderful Dr. Dale Dan.
Thank you, Lisa.
You've been listening to Who's That Star? I'm Lisa A., and you can listen to this episode of Who's That Star and other shows from LCC Connect anytime online at lccconnect.org. Thank you for listening. Catch me next time to find out who's that star.